Welcome back to the part 5 of this session, where I'll be showing you how to make use of the content in this more options icon. So in this option, the items we have here, from the first list we have this edit. This is when you want to rename this sheet. By clicking on this pencil icon, you can rename this sheet to any other name you want. Then the second thing we have on the list is to find and replace. As the name implies, this perform two functions. So, and this is when, imagine you are looking out of thousands of students list that you have on a particular sheet, and you are looking for a particular person. So you can't start scrolling and be looking for it. It's going to consume time, and this is why we need this option. So let's say I am looking for a cell that has 1. I can click on 1 here, and it's going to find me that 1. Then this other option, the other function this tab perform is to replace this 1 with another thing. Let's say every 1 in this sheet, I want to replace it with 2. So the top here is what you are finding. This the bottom here is what you are replacing this with. So I can click on replace, then this one will turn to 2, as you can see. So this is what the find and replace, this is how it works. It can also work with name. Let's say you are looking for a tab that has the name Muazu, and I want to change. So I am now looking for this tab, find and replace. I want to find Muazu and replace Muazu with Isa. Once I click on replace, this Muazu will turn to Isa. So this is how it works. Then the next thing we have here is that we'll be making use of is the data validation. So this data validation is when maybe you are working with items that are asking questions, and the answer to those questions are yes or no. If you are selecting the list of items, then you can click on yes and add no. If possible, you have maybe no, we just need yes or no. Let's click on save, and on this save, clicking on this will bring out a drop down, and by the time they are clicking here to type, they can't type on this cell. You can only select from the options you have provided, either yes or no. So this is what you do on the data validation. Then the next thing I'll be talking about here is to make a copy. There are two parts here on this sheet. So the first part is maybe the editing part as you are working on the sheet, and the second part here is the sheet itself as a file. What do you want to do with the sheet? So this is make a copy. Previously, if you remember, there were times we were talking about making a copy of a tab by duplicating, that you have a copy like this, copy of this tab. So it's the same thing as the sheet itself. And so on this sheet, you can make a copy of this sheet in a new folder. I have lesson 1, and let's say I can name it a copy, and I want to save it on my drive and click on OK. So this is automatically creating a new sheet from this sheet, and it's going to create exactly this type, exactly the content, exactly what we have in this sheet as a new one. So I want to go out of this sheet and show you the new copy we just made right now. So this is the original copy, and this is the new copy we made. So going back to the so the next thing we have on the list is the share and export. So here you can share with other users to contribute to your work, and here you can manage access by giving the public access to view your content. Then here you can copy the link. This link can be shared with anyone, and then next you can send a copy. This could be via email or sending through WhatsApp, and and here you can save this document as maybe PDF or a Word document or whatever type of document you want to save it as. Then here you can choose to print if your device has the function to print directly from a mobile phone. And here is when you want to add this sheet to your home screen. Then the next thing we have on this tab is moving. If this sheet is on a particular file and you want to move it to another file, you can use this option. The next thing is available offline. So as I said earlier in the previous videos, this app, this sheet is an online sheet that you can't access offline. You need to have data internet connection before you can access this sheet. So you can choose to make it available offline. As this is tick on, it means even if I don't have internet connection, I can decide to turn off my data and still make use of this sheet. But if this is turned off, then it's not going to be, the file no longer available offline. Then it means I have to have internet connection. Next one is star. This is also giving a priority to a particular sheet among other sheets. So whenever you star, it will always appear at the top of the list of items you have, and it's going to carry this star icon here. So this is what it means. Then let's go to the next one. So the next one is the detail. So if you want to know more detail about this sheet, the kind of space it's occupying, the location of this sheet, where it is being stored, the size, the day it was created, the day it was last modified, and who are the people that have access to these sheets, and the storage it has used. So this is just more details about your sheet and its contents. And then the final thing we have here is help and feedback. This is all made available for you by the creator of this app. So do you have a feedback for them? Do you need any help how to use this app properly? They have bunch of information for you to access in order to make use of this app properly. And if there is any feedback, maybe there is something you think they can do better, or there is something you already know they have done better and you are really enjoying, so that is what we call feedback, and you should be able to drop them here for them at least, so let them know they have done a great job by creating this kind of app that we are relying on to work. So this is all about the contents and the tabs and how and what these various tabs are being used for. So I purposely take my time to explain all of this to you so that you make yourself familiar with all these tabs, what they are used for, and how we can use them properly. So having done all this, then in the next coming sessions, then we'll start a practical work on data analysis work on our sheet. I hope you are finding this helpful, and see you next time.